going on, guys? My name is Gojetta and welcome back to episode 4 of All the Mods 7 Skyblock. So in the previous episode we finished up and played around with some laser IO and getting some items routed around from our gravel sieve, and making it so that we, auto-processing our things rather than waiting long time to then wait for this chest to fill up, auto-crafting it, putting it into a pulverizer and things like that. So we got that sorted. We went through, as you can see, all of our backlog of, I guess, our pieces has been processed through this compactor, since this chest is now completely full. Well, not completely full, but pretty damn full of raw ores and stuff like that. We have some things sitting inside of this chest, which is our output chest, and where our kind of overflow was going. But I sat around after the episode and thought, you know what, that's a poor effort. Draw system is probably way smarter to go. So I put this one in place. Mind you, this is probably going to be temporary. I don't imagine that this is going to stick around for too long. I also made the platform incredibly large for this, but this should work. This is everything that isn't, getting smelted, and I pretty much want that to be where everything ends up, rather than going into a random random chest and then having to move it from there. So we're going to make this system a bit better, which means we're going to need to make a few items. I don't know whether we have the stuff to make it. Previous episode we didn't really have much of a plan, but this episode we do have a bit more of a plan. But I think that's pretty much most of what I did. I also got some sugarcane growing. I got some cactus growing. I sifted a bunch of dirt till I got seeds. We got that stuff up and running. Upgraded our chests. So you can see here we have a ton of ores being processed. So we shouldn't have as much of an issue anymore in waiting for items to get smelted and things like that. I'm going to actually, while we're here, I'm going to chuck on that, just so that we have glass when we do eventually need it. I upgraded this furnace. I don't know if I did that during the video, but we did lots of stuff. We played around. Some things happened. But yeah, we did that. Oh, actually, that's a lie. The other thing I did was I made a couple more magmatic dynamos. We have a couple more of these bad boys in here working and doing their thing to create power for us, since we have some more power hungry things. And on top of that, I added in this little chain here of blocks, so that we have dust being processed, right? Because redstone is something we tend to be needing a lot of. So we have dust here, pretty much the same setup as this previous one. Have a cobble gen going into a hammer, then this hammer feeds into another one, which turns our gravel into sand, and then the last one that goes from sand into dust. The dust goes into the sieve with an emerald mesh, and that's where we're getting our stuff from. So this episode, like I said, we're going to work on making this a better system and probably automating clay, since I probably want to chuck some upgrades into those bad boys, because we were looking at the quest book. And we have this one here, the gold upgrade. So gold and diamond upgrade stack to 3. And you can hover over to see each numbers for these. So if we go here and look at the gold upgrade, you can see there it goes upgrade count 1, 2, 3, items processed 2, 4, 8. So we can have up to 3 of these in each of our machines here. So our hammer can have 3, and then each sieve can have 3, as well as our compactor. So we can make this system work much faster, which is probably what I want to work towards this episode, as well as probably upgrading our power with some other things as we go, like reinforcements and things like that. But first of all, I want to get this storage system working a bit better. So what am I going to need? I'm going to need some sort of stone, some drawers, a couple things of quartz, as well as some comparators. Good thing we have some of this stuff. So that's that we're going to need, because I want a storage controller. We need to make a comparator, which means I need stone. So let's grab out some polished diorite, because that'll complete the job for us. The other thing I need is I'm going to need some redstone, which is over here. Let's just grab a stack from this chest to make some torches. I have sticks on me, nice. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Cool, then with that, I should be able to make a comparator. And then I just need 2 drawers, which we can make with our chests. Doesn't matter which kind of drawer we make, we can just make that. And that makes a storage drawer controller, which is only part of this, right? Because we're also going to need a linking tool so that this actually works with it. So we need some paper, some gold, another drawer, and a diamond. Gold we've got. Paper we should be able to make since we have a ton of sugarcane. Well, not a ton, but we have some sugarcane, and we have some more growing there. Cool. I need a diamond. Let's... Oh, hey friend. You selling anything interesting? Lengthy iron picks up quarrying. Pig pen tome. Transforms text into pig pen cipher. Nah, I don't need any of your stuff. And you made me lose my train of thought. Linking tool, diamond. That, I just need a drawer, that's fine. We'll make the configuration tool as well, so I need an emerald as well. We may as well make both of the things from storage drawers. The linking tool, I need, I guess, 2 more drawers. And that'll be able to make us a linking tool. And I also need a configuration tool. That unlocked a quest for us, apparently. There we go. Use to link drawers to a controller and to link up ender drawers. We can do ender drawers. Interesting. To link drawers to the controller, we know how to do this thing. We can talk about that later. We have a storage controller. Ooh, and upgrades. That also gives us another quest. That's kind of nice. Compacting drawers will be handy later on. Ender drawers we will maybe get to use, I don't know. But upgrades, we don't really need any right now. At least not right at this moment, but it'll all work. Alright, so to get this set up to work, we're going to have to move our node system around and probably make some more cards, right? So this node here is no longer going to be there. And I think this node here as well is going to disappear. Yeah, that's probably how I want to do this. So, first of all, I'm going to put my draw controller there. I'm going to grab my linking tool, and I think we're going to shift right click on our controller, and that's going to be what we're going to link our drawers to. And then if we right click on drawers, you can see them being selected. That then is going to link all of these things to that controller. So let's say, because I have redstone in my inventory, I can either double right click on that to deposit it, or I can double right click on that thing and that deposits it in there. Kind of cool with functional drawers. We can have the storage controller be completely separate from our drawer system itself, which is really nice. Configuration tool. This thing can be handy. We can set to lock, or we can like set the show amounts. We can hide the renders. We can show the upgrades on it, and we can lock it. I want to lock every single one of these. So now with this locked, if let's say I pull out every single one of our items, it doesn't completely clear it. Whereas if this was unlocked and I clear it, the drawer becomes then empty. So it just makes it so that if things, you know, end up going into the drawer system that we don't intend, sort of a thing, it's not going to take up spaces for things that we actually need. Cool. That works. Next thing I need is a laser node. That thing's going to go there. And then we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to go on the south side, which is accessing this chest. We're going to have an extract card. So that's going to pull things out. And then I'm going to have another one on this side, which is also going to be an extract card, which is going to be pulling from this chest. And then I just need an insert pretty much to go into the drawer controller. And this one actually needs to be, can I change the settings? Yeah, a really low priority, because I want this thing up here to be the highest priority. And all of our pieces should end up going into the compactor before anything else. And then everything else should be input into this. It should be a really easy setup. Right, and then on this side, it's just going to be an item insert. Cool. And then apart from that, I need to then link up these nodes together, which means I need my laser wrench. Bang. So then I just go there and then link that together. We should see pieces rocking up in here, which it seems to be doing quite nicely. Things are disappearing from this chest. And what we should see happening is things appearing into this. 6, 18, 9, 11, 30, 1, 4, 8, 3. Okay, what are you pulling out next? We're going to look at glowstone dust. Cool, glowstone dust is going up. Beautiful. So why are you not working? You have a filter in you. I don't need that filter in there anymore. So now they should just pull out everything. And then everything should be ending up in this side of this system. Now this is like pretty near fully automated. So now I just need to like empty this chest worth of junk that no longer needs to be in there pretty much. And then we're going to have just our ores ending up inside of that diamond chest and then everything else going into the draw system. That seems like a win to me. That seems like an absolute win to me. Cool. Things are happening. Way neater way of doing our storage. Okay, these guys, you're annoying me. Get out of here. Go away. Bye-bye. So yeah, now we can just empty out this chest. Let's see. What can I put away? I don't need my linking cards. Don't need my builder's wand at the moment. Don't need my energy pipes at the moment. Laser wrench. Copper upgrades we don't need. These things are going to be handy to upgrade our thingies. Once we actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete this drawer. And just throw it into the void. Because that doesn't need to exist anymore, to be honest with you. Nether quartz can still live in there. Throw some of our junk away. Just tidy up the inventory a little bit. Let's say you're going to have crafting items. Laser node can also go in there. Just doing some tidying up. Because now this system is set up, I don't really need to do much else here. So let's grab out all the junk that we don't want ending up inside of that. And then just double right click on that bad boy. And then everything's going to be input straight into these drawers. So now these have a max storage, I think, if I click on there, of 2,000. I think it's 2,048 items. I think that's what this stacks to. So once we start reaching that 2,000 mark for some of these items, everything is going to backfill into these chests. So we just need to keep an eye on that and probably throw some upgrades on these. Functional storage has a couple different upgrades that we can use. First of all would be like the storage upgrade. So we can actually, there you go, it says multiplies the block storage by 8. Or the other thing that we could do inside of it would just be a void upgrade, which will, once it hits the top level of item input that it can into a drawer, it'll just void everything else that goes into it pretty much. Which isn't a bad idea. So let's say like if our flint fills up to 2,000, we can just chuck a void upgrade in there. Instead of it backing up into our chest, it'll just get deleted, which would be quite handy. Hey, the system works. Cool. So let's get rid of this stuff from our wish list. We don't need that anymore. And let's upgrade some stuff then. So what do we need? We need a ton of glass, some gold. So that's all sorted. Green dye we can get because we have quite a tall cactus. So let's break that. And then plant one back down. I also have these planted on an item called Snad. Before we go much further, Snad is pretty much just made with 2 things of sand. It's like an old modded thing, I guess. It just works off of... do I want to go through the explanation? I think it's kind of interesting. For those of you that don't know, there used to be an old rumor in Minecraft that said that if you planted sugarcane on sand rather than dirt, you know how you can place it on dirt that lives next to water. If you place it on sand, it would actually grow faster than you did, than it would if it grew on dirt. Not true, but this mod kind of plays on that, where like if you plant things on sand, it grows faster. And it also has this weird quirk where it should update the ticks and just make the thing grow faster, but I discovered that if you place it down, that first segment grows extremely fast. So you can just kind of sit here and plant and then break and duplicate this thing like a bunch of times. Don't know if it's meant to work like that, but it works. But yeah, so that's how I have cactus and stuff down. That's how that stuff's growing. So let's process up some of that. I need coal. So let's grab a stack of that. because I need green dye to make these upgrades. And the other thing was we need some sort of terracotta, some sort of cyan terracotta. Cyan dye is made with green and blue dye. Ooh, I can actually do that. And that makes 8 of it. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I think it's relatively easy to make. I just need some lapis. 3. I'm going to end up needing... actually, I need to turn the lapis into blue dye first. That makes 4. That makes 6. Oh, I only needed 1 of these, actually. I only needed 1. Oh, that's fine. So then this gets just crafted. Does it get crafted with clay or does it get crafted with terracotta? With terracotta it gets crafted. Okay, so I need blocks. I only need 8 of these. And I need to furnace these up. So let's make ourselves... Let's grab out some gold, some, not silver, some iron. Wow, is that really all the iron I have? Alright, we can fix this since I have raw iron there. Let's throw that in there and let that process first. We need to work on this furnace and make this thing faster. Let's just focus on upgrades today. The storage was a relatively quick thing. Gold upgrades, cyan terracotta, we have that. So I need another furnace. So I need some cobblestone. Easiest way for me to get cobblestone is just downstairs. Bang. I should just have another one of those cobble gens. They're so cheap to make. I should just have one up here. Okay. So furnace goes with block of iron and then iron surrounding it. No, that's not how you make an iron furnace. How do you make an iron furnace? Ah, it's just that. Whoa, so it's just the gold one that's expensive then. There, bang, 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 bang. There we go, gold furnace. That can go there. That clay goes in there. Let's just use some planks to cook you up. And I'm going to sit here and wait for this to finish cooking. Cool, that's finished cooking. 8 terracotta goes in there with a piece of cyan dye. That gives a cyan terracotta, and now I should just be able to make a bunch of these upgrades. These things stack up to 3, but we have many of these things that we want to upgrade. So I think first of all, oops, I want at least one of these sitting inside of this thing. So now you're using, it must be 16 RF per tick, but you're now processing 2 things at once rather than 1. And I want this kind of to be the first thing that I upgrade, even though right now it's not really being used. The next thing I need being upgraded with a flux sieve, and then... Oh, I did not mean to put 2 in there. Because now you should do 2 gravel at a time. Yeah, 14. Beautiful. And then the next one will just be a hammer. So now all of this process should be sped up. Cool. And so long as we do this like 1-to-1, it should be, you know, pretty well. So long as I do like, this one has 2 upgrades, this one has 2 upgrades, this one has 2. Everything should work kind of nicely. So now we should be generating ores and stuff a bunch faster. Which really doesn't help us until we get the pulverizer working better. So that's probably what we should do first. We need the integral components. Integral. Do we want to double the speed or do we want to triple the speed? Invar and gold is really easy to make. The next one is signalum and electrum. How difficult is it to make signalum dust? Just copper, redstone, and silver. Oh, it's really not that hard at all. I think we go... Ooh. You know what? Screw it. Let's just go directly to the reinforced integral component for the pulverizer. That really doesn't hurt. Then what's resonant? We need enderium, which comes from ender pearls. Which isn't that hard, because I'm pretty sure we can get ender pearls by transmutating. There we go. We can transmute 4 bits of iron into an ender pearl, which really isn't that hard if we get the Philosopher's Stone, and that's really cheap to make. We could probably go all the way up to Enderium, to be completely honest with you. We won't, but we can. Cyan dust, and then you just take quartz. Okay, alright. So hardened, we need to make this first. We need 4 things of Invar, which means we're going to need iron and nickel. There's actually a high chance that I already have some Invar sitting in here. Yeah, I totally do, from when I made the, extra magmatic dynamos. Cool, so can I make you straight away? I just need a gold gear. Two, 3. Let's make 4 of these. Since I already have, I have the, what's it's called, downstairs. The magmatic dynamos downstairs anyway, and those will actually benefit from having these things inside of it anyway. Alright, so I just need another 4 pieces, which means 1, 2, I need to make a bunch of this stuff. So I need 4 dust, and then 2 of this dust. And then this can turn into Invar blend, and that can get cooked up. I just need an extra 4. Cool, that's our extra 4. We can make another one of these ones. Now, Electrum is really easy because that's just gold and silver, from what I remember. Yeah, gold and silver dust. We can make a bunch of Electrum, which means I need 4 per, and I have 4 of them, so that's, or 8, 16 that I need to make, which is then just 8 of these. 8 gold dust, and 8 silver ingots, to then turn into dust as well. And then that'll make my Electrum blend. So then that can cook up. Let's throw some more planks in there. Okay, so that's done. Why do I have a block of iron in here? I don't know why I had a block of iron. Oops, I didn't know I can click on that. I did a quest apparently. Thermal. Oh, we got Invar and experience. Is this going to give me Electrum then? It totally is. Okay, cool. So I've got the Electrum being made. Now the quartz we have, Signalum would be the other one. So I need 8 per integral component, and I need 4 integral components. So that's 16. I need 32 Signalum blend. Okay, and we get that like this, which is 4 redstone per, 3 copper, 1 silver. I need copper, silver, and redstone. And that makes 4 each. So I need to do this crafting. Well, each craft is 1 gear then, if that's the case. So I need to do this then 8 times. Cool, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 24 copper dust. Oh, my thingy broke. Let's make myself a better ore hammer. Let's make an iron one. Hopefully this thing will last longer. I don't know how many I need now. I think it was like 24, wasn't it? 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, bang. That makes 24 of that. Right, yeah, 8, which means now I need 8 silver. Bang. So that goes there, and then I need that. That makes 32 Signalum dust. That can then get split between these two. I have more green dye now, which is cool. Not that I can really do a whole lot with it yet, but that can live in there for when I do want to make more of those upgrades. So now I'm just going to do another little time skip here, wait for all these to cook up, and we'll be back once that's done. Okay, this is now the last piece of Signalum, so I should just be able to make all of the gears that I need, and then I can, with my quartz, make all the reinforced upgrades. Easy. Okay, so now if I put that there, this thing should be heaps faster, which it is. Power might be an issue, but we're about to solve that issue. I don't know now. Now the problem is, or the problem will probably be, is that this is now pulverizing faster than this furnace can actually deal with it, but we'll probably work on fixing that next. But now, what I can do also with these magmatic dynamos is each of these currently produce 40 RF a tick. So that's what, a total of 40, 80, 120. With a thing in there now, it now makes 120, so it's 120, 240, 360 RF a tick. Which should hopefully be more than enough to handle what we're doing. And that's actually, yeah, 380 RF a tick. So we should see this thing gaining power, which it totally is. Nice. Furnace, gold one, you're slow. Let's hand in that quest. But we can upgrade this furnace, can we not? If I look at the getting started, part 2. We can do the blasting augment. We looked at this in the previous episode, didn't we, actually? Yeah, blasting augment. And the factory augment. This is the one I also wanted to use. So let's make those. Are they hard to make? Not at all. I just need paper, redstone, some sort of stone, and then a piston. Okay. So I need... where's my diorite? There's that. I just need to make a piston, which means I need planks. Cool, piston. What do you require? You also need a furnace, which I can make. And then 3 smooth stone. So let's craft those up really quickly. Then the last thing I need is paper, right? And I have some sugarcane on me. That makes 3. Did I not have more? Did I use all the paper? It's 5. Okay, that's more than what I needed for now, actually. Because I just want to upgrade that one furnace, at least for the time being. Augment factory, and then blasting upgrade. Blasting... What? Smoothstone. What the? Oh, we made regular stone, didn't we? Where'd it go? Where did my regular stone go? It probably went into crafting that thing, damn it. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to make stone, and then that stone needs to turn into smooth stone. So give me 2 seconds. Cool. That was less than 2 seconds for you guys, but for me that was quite a bit more. But regardless, we should be able to go here, blast furnace, and then blasting upgrade. Now, I should be able to use both of these, right? And since we're only doing dust to ingots, it's only blast furnace recipes. So if I put that in there, we should see this speed go up pretty significantly. We are chewing through the fuel, but we can also solve that problem now by clicking on the augments and throwing in the factory upgrade. And you can see here on the left now, it has an RF indicator. So what I can do now is if I just break that block and that block, I just need an energy pipe, which I have conveniently some already. Bang. My building blocks disappeared. Let's place that back. I need a magnet. We should make ourselves a magnet. But now we see RF popping up into here. We have both of our augments activated. I'm going to turn auto split on. And then I need to do the sides. And then auto input turned on, which doesn't seem to want to work. Are things happening too fast for my game to see? I'm thoroughly confused as to what's happening. Where are items going? Hello, game? Okay, that works. Input from the left, auto input on. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working before. And then output right. What is happening? Hello, game? Okay, now things are popping up in there. That was super weird. I feel like my silver was being... Wow, this is smelting so fast. I feel like my nickel was being pulverized, but then it just like wasn't going anywhere. And I have an extra gold upgrade in my inventory for some reason. Let's put it into this machine. Cool. Things are working quite happily now. Well, I think it might just literally be smelting things too fast for us to even realize. That's kind of insane. So now we should be able to just go through this, you know, backlog of stuff that we have sitting in here pretty rapidly. Which is a win in my book. Yeah, this is a massive win. I'm quite stoked about this. Cool. All right. That is probably a really good place to leave it for this episode. This system is now working flawlessly, if you ask me. So what do we do in the next one? I probably want to making clay and the terracotta for the upgrades for these machines a bit easier. So I think next episode I'm going to work on automating that stuff. And I want to do that using our good friend Direwolf's mod, Laser.io, because that mod is honestly one of the best things I've ever used when it comes to modded Minecraft. Well up there with like the way that Ender.io used to work, but honestly, by the way that it looks, I think I like it better. So I think we're going to do that. So yeah, what I'm going to do between episodes is actually just make up the laser nodes that we're going to need, as well as the cards and stuff that we're going to need to make said auto clay. And while we're doing that, we may as well also make auto soul sand, because why not? We do have the means and the ability to. So let's do that. I'm going to do a bunch of crafting between this episode and next. And yeah, we'll come back and play around with that sort of stuff. So if anyone is still watching, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you have not already. And we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.